Hello everyone, welcome to Grace Hollow. I'm PJ and I will be your host of this Monday weigh-in. And yes, I am a day late. I did weigh in on Monday. I really, truly did, and I recorded that. So I already know what I weighed this week. I just... to be honest with you, I've been a little under the weather, a little wore down, and so I overslept on Monday, and a busy schedule, work, rabbits, grass cutting, rehab, or as you know, I've graduated rehab, but I've continued my own rehab in town, here 30 minutes away, and I've been doing that. I think I'm going to be doing that Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. I wanted Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but my Wednesdays are so already kind of booked. And so I'm going to do it on Tuesday, I think. So anyway, today is Tuesday. I'm a day late on my video. And I thought, I'll just do it first thing in the morning on Tuesday, and guess what? I overslept again today. I don't know. I've been run down for about 3 or 4 days now, and so I've been getting a little extra sleep, but hopefully I'll get back on schedule soon. Anyway, so let's take a look at those scales. So there you see, according to the scales, I've gained a pound this week. Which is okay. Actually, I think I did rather well this week, even though the scales show I gained a pound. I've done pretty good. I've limited my nut consumption, which is a huge milestone for me. Let's see. What was my goal for... Oh, I did. I got out and I weeded my strawberry bed, and I do have strawberries left. There's no berries on them. They were so crowded and covered up by weeds and volunteer trees that they're not producing right now. They're actually pretty long and what do you call that with the plants when they're long and I forget what it's called. Anyway, they're pretty long and lanky. So they're not producing anything right now. And I hope to get them transplanted. I hope they haven't taken so much damage this year that they won't produce next year. But I think they're going to be okay. They are green. They're doing very well. They just didn't produce. August is a no soda month. And I have not had any soda. Today's August 29th, and it was actually probably July 26th, 27th, or maybe even 28th, when I had my last soda, and it was August 2nd or so when I realized, hey, I haven't had a soda, and you know what, let's just make August no soda month. So it's been a month plus a couple of days since I've had a soda. Today's the 29th. I've got 2 more days to go. On September 1st, I think I might have a soda. So, how did this week go? Actually, it went exceptionally well. And let me tell you a story. It's a good story, but in a way, I think it's kind of sad too. This is this was our week for our county fair. And so on Saturday, Daddy J, he actually had a day off. And originally, I told him, well, if you're going to be home, I have a work day. So anyway, we go to the fair, and I tell myself, I haven't had a cheat. I allow myself one cheat per week, right? And I haven't. I haven't had a cheat in, other than the excess of nuts, I haven't had a cheat in several weeks. I just haven't. I think the last cheat that I had was at work. It was somebody's, it was a going away party. We had a lady who left, and we had a pizza party for her, and I ate half a slice of pizza, and that was the last cheat I had, and that's been 3 or 4 weeks ago now. And so I said, when I go to the fair, I'm going to get some ooey gooey, nasty, disgusting fair food, okay? And so we get there, and we watch some of the competitions going on, and we listen to the music, and we're just doing what you do at the fair. And I walked through the exhibits, and of course I went through the rabbit barn and the poultry barn to see who all entered livestock into the, we walked through the goats and the sheep, and it was all wonderful. Some cows, and oh my, they had this little miniature cow, probably 300 or 400 pounds. I mean, it was a little bitty cow. Of course, much bulkier, but didn't look like it was a whole lot bigger than the goats that I used to have as far as height. Much wider, a lot thicker and bulkier, but just a little bitty thing. And I just fell in love with that cow, and I said, I want one of those. Can I milk it? Not that I drink dairy anymore, but I fell in love with the cow. It was just so cute. But, of course, I can't handle a cow. That's way too big for me. But it was fun anyway. And then we walk around, all the food booths, and they had, your nachos, your chili dogs, your funnel cake. And I was so tempted on the funnel cake. And I thought, you know what, maybe I'll share a funnel cake with someone. And no one wanted a funnel cake. And I thought, well, I'm not touching it. That's entirely too much sugar, powdered sugar all over it. And I thought, no, that's not what I want. I don't want that. I didn't want the chili dog. I didn't want a hamburger. I didn't want a hot dog. I didn't want nachos. Everything I saw, I just, oh no, I couldn't do it. And I finally decided, Daddy J said that he would split a soft pretzel with me with cheese sauce. And I thought, well, that's got an awful lot of sodium on it with the big, large grains, coarse salt, and the cheese is absolutely horrible for you. But I thought, no, this is my cheat. I'm going to get the soft pretzel with cheese. That's what I'm going to have. But I don't want it right now. I'm going to keep looking and see if there's anything else. And they had the iced Java, the frozen coffee, mochas, and I looked at those, and I was tempted to get one of those, and I thought, I don't know, I'll think about it. And so, anyway, to make a long story short, come the end of the day, we're getting ready to go home, and I said, oh, I haven't had my cheat yet. I want to go get some fair food. Let's go get that pretzel you said you would split with me. He looked at me, he says, well, I can't split it with you now. I went ahead and had chili nachos a couple hours ago. And I said, oh, but I wanted this soft pretzel to share with you. So we went and we looked at it, and I decided no, I'll get it, and I'll get a couple bites, and then I'll just throw the rest of it away. And I looked at it, it was like $7. And I thought, I'm not throwing away $5 worth of pretzel. So I didn't get the pretzel. And I decided, you know what, let's go over, I'll get that frozen, I call them Java chillers. That's what Sonic used to call them back when they had them. Anyway, the, like coffee slushy type thing. Let's go get one of those Java mochas. I'll get that. So we walk over there to get it. And of course that's like $5 for a small one, a little bitty one. And we're standing in line and I'm waiting and I get to thinking, what all do they put in there? How much sugar? How much milk? What else do they have in there? And I went on and I ended up talking myself out of it. What I did, I said, you know what, I don't know what they put in theirs. Let's just go to McDonald's and I'll get their iced coffee. I know what's in it. I know how many calories it is. I know I can get a small one and not jack my sugar too bad. Let's just leave. Let's go, swing me by McDonald's and I'll get an iced coffee and we'll go home. So we walk to the car and I get in and I'm ready to go. We pull out and we head down, down the mountain and back towards town. And I tell him, I said, you know what, let's just go home. I'm tired. My feet hurt. I don't want to go to McDonald's. Let's just go home. So here we were. We spent the whole day at the fair. We did have, he took me out for lunch. But my cheat, which I didn't get dessert at the restaurant, because I was going to have a cheat at the fair, and I ended up not getting a cheat. So, that's good. That's a healthy choice. But it's kind of sad that I allow myself, for the first time in weeks, a cheat. And I couldn't make myself do it. This upcoming week, I've got a little bit different this week. My van is still in the shop. I got word today that I should be able to pick it up on Friday. And I leave Friday to go to Longview, Texas. I hate not driving my van for a few days to get a feel for it after coming out of the shop. But that's just the way it is. I'll drive the van home. I'm going to load up rabbits and I'm headed off to Longview, Texas. So this week, my main goal, my main purpose this week is going to be getting those 24 rabbits tattooed. I can't afford to take all 24 of them, so I'm going to have to choose probably about 12 of them. I'd like to get down to 10, but I need to choose some, about 10 that I want to show this fall. And those I'm going to have to weed out pretty quickly because we have all those baby blues coming up. What are those blues and broken blues? All of them, they're, I think they're around 12, maybe even 13 weeks now. So, these guys are going to be ready to show probably by October, or let's see, probably by the middle of September or into September. So I've got to hurry up and get all of these blacks and broken blacks narrowed down to ones that I will possibly keep long term to make room for those blue show rabbits. So that's basically what I'm focusing on this week, up until Friday anyway, getting those rabbits ready for show. There's several of them that's blowing their coats that will get to stay home. So I'm going to have to look at them, weed them out, and I've got a few of them sold. I think a couple of broken red does are leaving, and I think a black buck is leaving. And those are semi-confirmed. So, there will be a few that needs to go. What else is there to say? I guess that's it. That's really my focus this week. Now, I do want to say, all of my doctors are telling me I'm at a healthy BMI and that I'm too, well, they don't say it quite this way, but what they are basically telling me is that I shouldn't be concerned with losing any more weight, that I'm being too obsessed with losing weight. I've told you before, I don't necessarily agree with them. I think they are wrong. I am 5'6". In case you didn't know, I'm 5'6", and I'm 153 pounds, 153.6 pounds this week. My BMI target was 154 pounds, and so I'm at the healthy weight range. But that's at the very top of it. 154 is, 155 is overweight, 154 is healthy. And I'm 153.6. So I'm right here. I'm at the very top of that, Before they would consider me underweight, I would have to get all the way down to like 117 pounds, I think. No, I'm thinking 117 pounds is absolutely ridiculous for me. No way I'm ever going to reach that. I don't even desire to reach that. At 153 now, I'm thinking 10, 15 more pounds at the most, and that will bring me to the middle range, 120 to 100, let's just say 120 to 125. If we brought that down to the middle, we got a 12-pound gap there. So 150, let's just say 154 minus 12 will be 142. So I think that that's probably realistic. 142 pounds I think is realistic. So that gives me, about 11, 12 pounds that I would still need to lose. But my focus, I've said before, is, my middle, my waist and my tummy, my legs and my arms and my back, and, everything I think is about where it needs to be, or at least acceptable, but I am still thick, as you can see. I'm not telling you any secrets. You can see it. It's here, right here in front. I'm still thick here in the middle. Currently, I'm 37.5 inches in my waist, I believe. Maybe it was 38. I can't remember now if it's 37.5 or 38, but it's somewhere in that neighborhood. Well, I finally found on, I believe it was on the American Heart Association page, I think is where I found it. A man's waist for good heart health, a man's waist should be under 40 inches, and for a woman, the waist should be under 35 inches. Now, I'm not sure why they come up with that number, and I'm not sure exactly how that applies, because they don't specify, if you're 4'8" and a woman and your waist is under 35 inches, they say you're healthy. If you're a 6 foot tall woman and your waist is under 35 inches, they say you're healthy. There's a huge difference there, and I think that should vary. Another thing I've seen is, of course, they've talked about waist to hip ratio, and I believe, and that to me seems more realistic. I think that would go into proportion with your height. If you're just doing waist to hip ratio, that makes more sense than striving for under 35 inches. But what I figured is, I believe 0.85 is what they called healthy hip to waist ratio, and I'm at like 0.992, 9 something. I don't know. I'm over 0.9 because my hips are 40 and a half, and my waist I think was 37 and a half, or maybe it was 38. We're going to say 38, okay? I'll measure it and we'll know for sure next week what it is. But I think my waist is 40 and a half and my waist is 38, and whatever that is, I figured it up, and my waist to hip ratio was 0.938, blah 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 blah, and so I rounded it up to 0.94. That's what it was. So you know, I've got quite a ways to get that down to 0.85. Anyway, I think I figured up under 35 inches, and to get my waist to hip ratio all in concordance, I needed to get my waist down to about 34 inches. So if I'm 38 inches, I still need to lose 4 inches off my waist. That's a lot. And I'm not sure 12 pounds would do that. So anyway, hey, that's my goal. Let's just stick with it and keep going, and let's get this done, okay? Slowly but surely, 1 pound at a time. Get frustrated, folks. It takes time. And, you know, same thing for me. And I tell myself this every day. I've come so far. You have to stop and realize, you know, this time last year, I was 190 pounds. I'm down to basically 154. I've lost 45 pounds, and it's only been 8 months. So, you know, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, I am getting there. But back 10 years ago, when I was first diagnosed with diabetes, I was over 200 pounds. I was somewhere around 220, 225. I don't even remember for sure where I was, because I quit weighing. I got so big that I had quit weighing, and I didn't want to know. But I was somewhere in the neighborhood of 225 pounds, and I lost quite a bit of weight that first year when I was diagnosed with diabetes. I got down to 160, and I only held it for a couple of days, and then I went back up to 165, and I stayed at 165 for the bigger part of 8 years until I quit smoking 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago. October 15th will be 2 years. When I quit smoking, I gained up to the 190, and I kept that for up until the first part of this year when I started losing again. So, you know, this has been a long decade struggle for me trying to get down, but this is the first time I've actually reached what my doctor says is a healthy weight. So let's just keep going. Take it one day at a time, 1 pound at a time, 1 inch at a time, until we figure out exactly where I need to be and where I'm comfortable, and where I can reasonably maintain. And I'm guessing that is going to be around 140, 145. So I still have 12 to 15 pounds to lose. And I don't care when I get there, as long as I make progress. Slow progress is progress, folks. Thanks for watching, and until we speak again, God bless.